like 21, it's a knife. Bust a left, I got drunk and took a right. I'm so high, you fuck with me, I'll take your life. And then take your life, bring you back to fuck her twice. Ay. I'm in the cut, oh yeah, she wanna fuck, oh yeah, that little bitch cutthroat, yeah, she give me deep throat, yeah, stitch like Lilo, combination no cheat code, yeah, I got the G code, gun gon' sing on glee, mo, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is gonna be more of like a story kind of video, because today's video I'm gonna be telling you guys pretty much how my parents kind of figured out I smoked. It wasn't like too big of a deal, but like, I don't know, when I first started smoking like freshman year, like weed and shit, I was a bit worried. Not too much how my mom would react, because I knew she was kind of not as strict and shit, but more how my dad would react and shit like that, because definitely growing up, my dad would put his foot on my ass if I did anything wrong most of the time. Like, there would sometimes be some shit I could get away with, but 99% of the time, if I did something wrong, I paid for it, pretty much type shit. It wasn't anything too brutal or bad, but like, definitely I fucking learned my lesson. But pretty much, like around sophomore year, like in beginning of the year, by this time I've been smoking weed for like a year now. Not too much, not too well, like kind of how it is now, and like later on in high school where it was kind of more of a daily thing. At this point it was kind of more of like every few days, maybe once a week type thing. And pretty much we were gonna go to this football game, but we only went there for like 10 fucking minutes. Like, I don't know, again, like, football games, I guess, in high school are a little fun, but most of the time they're pretty fucking boring. Like, unless you're really into football or, like, your friends on the football team, to be honest, it's kind of the lamest shit ever. But either way, we went to this fucking football game, and it was kind of an excuse to get out the house and have a reason without my parents being like, okay, you're up to some shit. Pretty much. We ended up kicking it right after school, though, until the football game started. The football games didn't start till like 5 o'clock or some shit. So, like, from 2:30 till like 10 o'clock at night, I'm just smoking weed and shit. Like, I was so fucking baked. Like, up to this point, I don't think I really got that high, you know, until, like, obviously later on. But this is my first time actually getting high, you know. And, pretty much, we're just like smoking out of apples, pieces, and shit like that. Like, my friend, I think, had like an eighth or a little over an eighth. So we're just smoking on that through the whole night. And pretty much, I knew I could kind of be alright and get away with this because I was staying at my mom's house. And pretty much, it was like 9 o'clock. Yeah, like 9 o'clock at night. Things are kind of wrapping up, but I'm still kind of chilling, talking with friends, kind of smoking. And like the weed we've been smoking on, it wasn't like it was bad weed, but obviously it wasn't like the dankest shit since we were in high school. But like, I kind of hit a limit. Like, this was like the first time I actually started growing like some kind of a tolerance, and I wasn't really getting too much higher. Or it wasn't like I wasn't high, but I wasn't getting any higher, if that made sense, to kind of just stabilize my high. But pretty much my friend, who's been smoking a little longer than me, pulls up on his bike with some other friends with this blunt. I swear to God, I've never seen a blunt like this. Like, a few times, but not too much. And it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. Like, people would kind of, like, it kind of, like, depends how you see this. But this blunt had so much wax in it, it was just dripping wax. Like, yeah, you could say it's a waste of wax as there's wax hitting the floor, but like, dude, it was just like a whole gram or more just shoved into this fucking backwood or some shit. And it obviously had apple bud and shit in it. But this blunt, the second I took it, like, I think I took like 2 or 3 hits. Second I take those 2 or 3 hits, I feel my nose going numb. But like, nothing like, oh, this is lace, but like, the high just intensified, like, slowly from my nose to my face, and then my whole body just kind of went numb. But not in like a way where I'm like, oh, this is something else, but just like how weed kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really like, when you first start smoking weed, I feel like obviously the effects weigh on you more and it's way stronger. But like, dude, I was like couch locked, like the cement started feeling soft. But pretty much I get a call from my mom saying she's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes out type shit. And I'm like, I can't hide the smell of this fucking blunt. Like, I've been smoking all night. I definitely smell like fucking weed. And I'm high as fuck. Like, I can't hide this shit. So, first thing I do, second I get in that fucking call, I don't even say hello, nothing. I'm just like, I'm high as fuck. Sorry about my language type shit. Like, I was just like, but I was pretty much like, yeah, mom, I'm high. Like, pretty much like, then she obviously gave me the conversation of like how she was worried it could lead to other things and stuff like that, and that's why I always was kind of smart in high school and always kind of just tried to stick to only weed. And like obviously like I vaped and shit, but that's whatever. I don't really count nicotine as like, oh, like it's a drug, but no one's really like, I don't know, nicotine's nicotine. But pretty much yeah, I only stuck to like those two things really. And yeah, like, I don't know, like, I try, like, she gave me the talk and stuff, and obviously over time she got more comfortable with it, because weed, for me at least, is more beneficial. Like, obviously if I smoke a fuckload of weed, I'm gonna be out and be fucking asleep. But if I'm on a good, like, balance and I'm not smoking too much, but I'm smoking just enough to where I'm getting that nice little head change, it's beneficial. I get more stuff done. It's easier for me to focus. I get less agitated and shit. So it definitely helps me a lot. And obviously it helps with like things like depression, anxiety, all that shit. But I don't want to get all like, oh, I smoke weed because of this and that. Like, weed benefits me. That's all I want to say at the end of the day. And like obviously when I'm younger, I don't really know that too well. And my mom doesn't either. She just thinks I like smoking a fuckload of weed. And I think I the kind of same thing. But it was also around the time when weed was still first getting legalized. So there were like the reports of it being beneficial, but not everyone was on board. And even people that were on board were still a little hesitant. But again, over time, there has been the proof. The proof is in the pudding. And yeah, pretty much. Later on, my dad found out, like, I think a year later, like my junior year. I was fucking worried. I remember I was sweating bullets, but my dad was just like, smoke outside. Like, my dad didn't give a fuck, like, because I was a dumbass smoking in my room and smoking out the window. My dad's like, just go outside. Like, I thought I was gonna get grounded. I thought I was gonna lose all my shit. My dad's just like, don't get caught and smoke outside, you fucking degenerate. No. Like, again, like, at the end of the day, I feel like my dad kind of understood, too, like, and my dad's, again, like, I'm not gonna say my dad's, like, the type of person that's glued to the news, but he does kind of pay attention to that kind of stuff, and he is kind of a smart man and can think for himself, and, like, I think he kind of made the two dots where it's like, okay, like, yeah, he's probably gonna fuck around and smoke a lot of weed sometimes, but, again, I try to be very open with my parents, definitely once they found out that, hey, like, weed's beneficial, I'm not trying to fuck up my life with weed, like, here's this, like, here's how it helps me, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's the best thing you can really do when it comes to that kind of stuff. Definitely, if your parents do see you smoking and you do have a reason why you smoke besides, oh, I just want to smoke weed, if it actually benefits you mentally, it's definitely a good thing to try to talk to them about. Because that's also another thing I stress about, like, hey, do you rather have me smoke in the backyard or at the house instead of out in the street where I could get caught or at a sketchy or location? And that kind of clicked with them, and then we're kind of like, okay, fuck it. Like, don't get caught. Don't be reckless with it. And just, yeah, you know, I definitely think with weed, if you're not reckless with it and you're smart with it, it could take you places and it could actually be beneficial. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and it's a little bit of a weird one, but it was, I don't know, I feel like it's a good one. But besides that, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys. And also those, like, stickers and shit on the website. On my Instagram, I post hella photography. I'm trying to get some of that photography onto the website right now. But I'm also going to be trying to work on more sticker designs. There's one I'm working on. I just need to get more sticker paper. And then I need to get some t-shirts because I want to try. I have a t-shirt design I'm working on. Well, the design's ready. I just got to get the product. And then there's a few more t-shirt designs and shit I'm going to work on. Pretty much, I think the next drop or the drop after that, like, I'm trying to make these next 2 drops just big as fuck, or at least bigger than the past ones. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
My case and I break the rim when I duck that shit.